so far. The mission of the Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in self-confidence and personal growth. It's an immense pleasure for me to welcome each one of you to 223rd Dunes Toastmasters Club meeting, club number 919010, Area 57, Division J, District 20. Before start the meeting, I would like to remind you some club rules. I request everybody to take out your mobile phone, keep it switched off or put it in silent mode. Do not disturb the speaker while moving around or speaking during the meeting. For emergency incident, emergency door is located back side of the meeting room. Restrooms is located outside of the meeting room and visibly marked. Last but not least, sex, religion and politics in topics is not allowed to use in a Toastmaster Club meeting. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our energetic president on the floor. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster George Thomas for an opening address.
Siddiq, that clap was for you.
Thank you so much.
Toastmasters and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
It's very wonderful to see a lot of smiling faces ready to go with full energy. First, we will start with, we have a lot of guests today. So the guests, would you please tell your name? When I ask, could you please tell your name, what you do, and how you came to know about Toastmasters? Starting from here, we have a big guest.
My name is Mohammed Hadi. I study in the Millennium School, Dubai. I knew Dunes Toastmasters Club by my dad, Hasim. I'm also there in Gathering Club. Thank you.
My name is Juan Pablo. I'm from Spain, and I'm working as an operations manager in a company for Esmeralda.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Elias Eid. I am currently unemployed, searching for a job, but I like to meet up people like this, have new ideas, refresh my mind. This is it, basically. I met you all, I guess, I knew about you through Meetup application. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, friends.
Good evening.
My name is Stephen. I came to know about Toastmasters from Yasser. I know Yasser for last for 4 years. And I've seen your updates through your Facebook pages. So I am a part of a company called InfoSat Solutions. So this is my first time I'm attending a Toastmaster. That's it.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Ahmed Al-Marzuki. I work in Dubai Aluminium Company as an electrical engineer in a major project department, and I heard about you in Meetup application, and I joined here to learn from the experienced men. Thank you.
The last club conference, it was a great success as per any standards, right?
Yes.
So after that contest, I actually in the second leg, when I was coordinating with our ESCOM for the contest, we approached different people. And we tried to market them, come as the contest chair, this is the opportunity for you. Come as a judge, you will get, these are the opportunities. At the end of the day, at the bottom line, I understood what they're doing. All those people who came here and helped us to look the contest, they were just helping. No matter what is the tag we put, they were just helping. So on that day, a lot of people came A lot of people said no because they were already booked. I understood the value of giving that back to the people. So from that day onward, whenever anybody contacted me, I said yes, if I am free, I'll check into my calendar. I'm free, I'll go. So I visited maybe 4 or 5 club contests, then one area contest during this past 2 weeks. I understood that. It's a very valuable thing. So we should visit a lot of clubs. One, you will find a lot of Toastmasters from different backgrounds. You will be able to network with them, you will make friends with them. Second is, you will learn from them a lot of new tricks in terms of our industry. The third is, the way you conduct the Toastmasters, how you conduct different clubs, how you conduct evaluation, how you conduct the international speech, especially when you are judge, you will understand, oh, these are the different options for you, so next time you'll be a better speaker. And finally, the tagline, what I understood is, if you cannot give to somebody else without giving something to you. So whenever you help other people, somewhere you are benefiting. So last Friday morning, 8 o'clock, I was here judging a contest. I thought, it's too much of a Friday morning, 8 o'clock. I will tell you, the last 6 months, that was the best Friday I spent. The best useful Friday I spent. For the last 4, 8 to 12 was a contest. I learned a lot of things during the contest, especially it was this coming. I've learned a lot during the contest. So, ladies and gentlemen, my dear club members and my friends, what I request is, go out to the world. If you're a Toastmaster, the best way to go to other clubs and see what's happening there. Take them with you and take them to your house. Because you are going to learn a lot from others. We have a guest. May I ask your name and what you do? How you come to know about Toastmasters?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I...
No problem. Talk.
Yeah, my name is Lisa. I called earlier around 4 o'clock regarding... I just found the event today. So I skipped some moment from my work and I gave a call and now I rushed here. So I'm meeting one of the guys.
We're very happy. Now, as we see that already the agendas are on your table, now take forward, today's meeting we have a master ceremony. We call us the Toastmaster of the day. He is an entrepreneur, was made 500,000 dirhams, if I remember, for others in his first first year in his business. Then he made another village money for him. And sometimes you wish to come here and to be on fire. If you are on fire, that's your day. So when one person comes here and gives the double tokens for him and if he's on fire, definitely he's going to be the champion for the day. And I've seen somebody who was on fire on that day and became our table topics champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Hasim.
Thank you, President. Fire. Wow, that was a really wonderful introduction. How are you, Toastmasters, and how are you, guests?
Excellent.
Okay, let's make it a wonderful event. And as you all know, the theme of the meeting, which is written on top of the agenda, it's called impromptu. And before I start, I would like to know from any of you what the meaning of impromptu is. Yes? Okay, the big one.
Today is something you're something without getting prepared.
Without getting prepared. Okay, doing something without preparation. And I was thinking that doing something without preparation, anybody could be a champion standing here. So I thought, let me track it down whether without preparation, really we can work it out, whether we can be a champion on impromptu without preparation. For that, I have a champion, Area 66 champion over here. That is Toastmaster Hashim. Let me ask him whether he can be a champion without preparation. Hashim, what do you think?
There's no way you can be a champion without preparation.
Right?
Impromptu simply means that you are asked to speak on a prompt. You're prompted and you have to speak. But that doesn't mean you go and prepare. The idea always is that the amount of preparation you do, the more comfortable you're going to be when you're asked to speak. So for everything, every time that you try a particular topic, the idea would be that whatever you have prepared for all those times, whether you have read small stories, whether you have read quotes, whether you have read some newspaper articles, all of these are the things that are going to come to your mind, and that's what you're going to. You're not going to create anything over there. So impromptu basically means that you need to be prepared, but the topic you're going to get is going to be honest.
Right. So you heard from the horse's mouth, you need lots of preparation. Unlike any other event or any other speech, you don't know the topic. You don't know what you're going to speak. And when you are here, you are given the topic and you need to speak on that. For that, you need to be observant. You need to read lots of books. And if you don't like reading, then it means that you need to meet lots of people. Do observe what they are doing, what their idea is. And from each and every person, you're going to hear a new story. So let me tell you why impromptu becomes so important for me. As in the introduction, it is said that I am an entrepreneur. And before an entrepreneur, I was an employee. And when I go to a customer or when I go to a boss, then at that particular time, if he asks me for a particular stuff, I'll have to answer it. Recently, an event happened where I had to meet a customer. He is a CFO of a company in Ajpan. That customer is a big money for me. And he ordered 3 stuff from me. A black monitor, a black keyboard, and a black mouse. And one of the mouse that he ordered was a bit bigger one. It had a roller on the top and a few cursors on the left-hand side. The first thing that he asked is, why they have designed such a mouse? Why we have a roller there? Why we have a switch on this side? And me and IT, from an IT background, should have the answer for everything. And if I say to him there that I don't know, then it means that I lost that customer. Because he's the CFO, I need to impress him. If I don't impress him, then it means that I lost that order. And I said that mouse, it is designed for people who has longer fingers, who has big hand. Is it designed for that? I really don't know. But I need to make my answer. That is the thing. And that's where this skill is actually very, very important. And as Ilyas is trying to find a job, you definitely know that this skill is definitely required. And you are going to learn lots of this, how you can be a champion on that particular skill from this meeting. Okay, with this note, let's move on. We have lots of speakers lined up, so I'm not taking too much of time on the message. So the first thing on the agenda is the word of the day. Normally, I'm surprised that all the role players are actually here. I'm looking for any change, if any change is there. Yes, there is definitely one. And only the R counter. The R counter, it was written Ahsan Shabir. And we have Toastmaster Leta who will be doing the R counter. And since we started from Leta, we have few silent guys in every Toastmasters meeting who with their listening skill help us to track the meeting. So we'll check with staff from Toastmaster Leta what the role is.
My role is to track the filler words, like repetition, like those words. And I have to find out throughout the meeting, I should see that if anybody is repeating this type of words, I have to count it. And at the end of the day, at the end of the meeting, I have to inform you these are the filler words that this person used, this speech person used for this meeting. So this is my role today.
And that helps us to avoid it in the next speech, right? Lata? Thank you, Lata. Next, we have the grammarian, that is Toastmaster Ashraf.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
As a grammarian, today's role is for me to track the meeting and identify the good usages of English, also suggest the area of improvements. At the end of the meeting, I would just read out the report, what would have been better, and what were the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashraf. And last but not the least, we have the timer, Toastmaster Leo Sunny.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Today I'll be taking the role of the timer. As a timer, I'll be tracking all the time duration, all the role play plays taking for the entire meeting. And I'll be warning you with these lights over here, like green at the 1 minute before the time, and amber, yellow, some 30 seconds before the end of the time, and red at the end of the time.
That is, we have a light machine over here, timer machine, which has lots of lights. The people who are on this side, once you come on the dice, you can actually see that, so that we can know whether we are keeping up the time or not. And there we have green, amber, as well as red. And once the red, then we'll have to move out from here. We'll come to know about that when the speakers actually come in here. We'll have more experience about that. Thank you, Toastmaster Leo. And now with that, we'll move on to the next session, that is the word of the day. In every Toastmasters meeting, we learn a new word which we normally doesn't use in our day-to-day communication. For that, I request Toastmaster Roshan Shetty on the podium.